Hey guys, Dr. Frank here with Northtown Chiropractic and Injury Rehab. In today's video, I'm going to review some tips on the basics of staying safe while you're spring cleaning. So a lot of people are going crazy right now on quarantine, spring cleaning, but the result of that is a lot of neck and low back pain. So let's start. Tip number one is how to properly lift an object. So we've all heard that you should lift at your knees, bend at your knees, not at your back. But the most important thing to keep in mind is that object's proximity to your center of gravity. So for example, if I'm lifting this object, I want to keep this close to my center of gravity, close to my body, as compared to out here. The farther an object is away from my center of gravity, the more strain on my low back and my neck. So if I were to be lifting this object, I would want to make sure I'm coming directly over it, I'm bending at my knees, I'm hinging at my hips, and I'm lifting up this object. More importantly than bending the knees is the proximity of the object to my body. Even if the object only weighs 5 or 10 pounds, that's still a lot of weight to hold away from your center of gravity. So always keep that object close, never reach and lift something. That's tip number one. Tip number two has to do with when we're working in the garden, when we're gardening or when we're weeding. A lot of times people will be weeding and they'll be bent over picking weeds for a prolonged period of time, right? So this bent over position, look at what that's doing to my back, right? Here I am, I'm distracted, I'm listening to music in the garden. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour goes by, I go to come up and my low back hurts. I've seen this too when people are spraying weed killer, okay? So something to keep in mind, watch out for those postural strains on the low back, those positions that we might find ourselves stuck in, because that can also result in low back pain. So if you're weeding during this time of the year outside, just pay attention to the body mechanics and the positions that you're putting your body in. Another tip I have for people too is stay off of unsteady surfaces like stools or ladders that might be broken. We have a lot of patients come in this time of the year because they figured they would stand on a lounge chair or a stool outside to try and hang a pot of flowers or to try and reach for something as they're cleaning out those top shelves in their garage. This often results not only in a falls type of injury, like an actual fall, but it can also result in a strain. Again, here we are reaching for an object, the center of weight is far away from our body, and that can hurt both the low back and the neck. My last piece of advice for people when it comes to spring cleaning is take your time, right? The house didn't get messy over the course of 2 weeks. It was an entire winter season. So don't try and clean everything in one day. Most pain takes 24 to 48 hours before it presents itself. What do I mean by that? You're probably going to be going through cleaning your garage, planting bushes outside, raking leaves, gardening, whatever it is, and you're going to feel great while you're doing it. But then 24 to 48 hours later, you're going to wake up experiencing back pain or neck pain. So take your time, do one section a day, see how you feel 24 to 48 hours following the activity, and then continue to slowly increase or resume that activity. Remember, pain often doesn't strike right away. It builds up slowly over time. I hope those tips help. Our offices are currently open for urgent care appointments, and we are offering free telechiropractic calls to help you stay safe at home. Have a great day, guys.